What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk with Rob and Ev. I'm Rob,
I'm Ev.
and today we got a story to tell y'all.
Wait, my real name is Evelina, just in case y'all didn't know.
That's good. That's good.
Shorten it to Ev because it didn't go with Rob and Ev, so it's really Evelina.
But that's also the nickname that I gave
Yes.
you. Yes. So listen, we got a story to tell you guys about how we met, our origin story. Y'all, the first time that she crossed paths with me, she had a dream. But I'm gonna let you tell it. What was the dream? Talk to the people.
So anyway, before the dream, Rob and I actually met at work.
Right. We both were starting at the same time.
Starting at the same time.
I was in training. You were getting out of training.
Yeah, so I was still in training though when we met.
Okay.
When I saw you, we didn't technically meet yet. So I was just getting out of a relationship. So at this point, I'm like, I don't want anything to do with any guy right now, Lord. I just need a break.
You wasn't thinking about it?
I wasn't thinking about anything because, the relationship I just came out of, literally, I went through a grieving period.
Wow.
So
wrote a book?
Well, it was not published. I'll probably still publish it one day. But, But yeah, so I went 3 months before because I had just lost my previous job and then was home. So 3 months, but it was good because it happened all around the same time. So I went through this grieving process for 3 months. And I'm like, okay, Lord, I'm ready to go to work now because I have money saved and stuff. I was able to take care of my bills.
Falling.
But during that time, I'm like, I had to take that time because I wouldn't have been no good trying to work at a job and still trying to get over a relationship. So 3 months went by. I started applying for a job, and then I landed this job, and I was in training for about 3-4 weeks before I ran into, kind of just cross paths with him. And so one day I'm leaving out of training to clock out, and I guess Rob is coming in to clock in because I'm heading towards the elevator to leave for the day to go home. So as I'm walking towards the elevator, Rob is walking inside. And I remember just looking over at him. I don't even remember what he had on.
Just that smile.
Maybe a suit or something. I don't even remember because I think you
don't
had.
Act like you don't remember.
You did have braids. I do.
Don't act like you didn't remember the braids.
No, I don't remember what you had on.
I smiled at you.
You
right?
did have on. Well, I'll talk about that. You did have a suit on the day I handed you the thing. But I remember looking over at him.
How'd I look at you?
As I walked by.
I was like this?
Y'all, Robin's trying to mess up my story.
Hey, what's up, girl?
As I walked by, he didn't even do that. So don't let him play, y'all. So as I walked by, I remember just looking over. I just casually looked over. I saw him. He was light-skinned. I was attracted to light-skinned men. And so I looked. He smiled. I smiled. Or I think I smiled first, and then he smiled. And then I just kept it moving, kept going. Went home. Had just went on with my day. But when I went to sleep that night,
talk about it.
I had this dream.
Talk about it.
That I didn't understand the dream because in the dream, I am in a wedding dress at a church. I have a bouquet, but really just I don't think I saw anybody in the dream. I might have saw one person against the wall. But I'm walking down the aisle.
To what?
In this dream, and at the end of the aisle, I see him, his face. I see this person. And I didn't get all the way to the end where we actually exchanged vows. It's just in the dream. It just showed me walking down the aisle marrying him.
She had a dream. She was marrying me.
He loves this part of the story.
She had a dream. She was marrying me after she saw me one time.
It boosts his ego.
One time. That's the type of effect your boy had on her.
That's what Jesus, Holy Spirit wanted me to see. So after that, after I have the dream, I wake up. And I'm kind of puzzled. I'm like, okay, this is strange. I'm because I don't even know him. I just saw him today. And I'm like, why would I dream about somebody I don't know? I didn't know his name. I didn't know anything about him. I knew nothing about him. So I'm like, it was just strange because usually when you dream about people you know, or you've been around or.
I just had that type of effect. I understand.
No. Y'all, he loves this part of the story. So after that, I kind of brushed the dream off because at that time I didn't understand dreams, even though God had gave me many dreams, even about my previous relationship, which were warning dreams that I didn't know really that they were warning dreams. But I was trying to give the guy the benefit of the doubt. But everything I dreamt actually came to pass with him. So I guess I should have paid attention to this dream, but I brushed it off because I'm like, I don't really want anything to do with in relationship right now. So I'm just gonna brush this off and keep it moving. I did share it with a friend at the job. And she was like, wow, girl. She was like telling me to name it and claim it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good for now. I don't feel like naming and claiming nothing when it comes to the guy right now. And so so as time went on, probably about, I didn't see Rob anymore at the job. I didn't see him anymore. So about 4 weeks later, like a month later, I got invited to a joy night. It was called Joy Night. So it was really where other churches got together, like different choirs and stuff, to praise
minister mimes, all
minister music and that type of stuff. So my best friend had invited me to that. So I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. So I ended up going with her.
Listen to this, y'all. This is good. This is good. This part right
here. To the church. And like, I can remember that day clearly for some reason. Like, I remember getting out of the car. I remember, that was like a long time ago. But we get out, we walk into the church. And I remember looking back at her, saying something to her. But as I was walking out, I ended up bumping into a person. And so, and I was like, I turned to say, excuse me, because I bumped into the person. But when I looked at the person, lo and behold, it was Mr. Rob Dawson. And I'm like, what's he doing here? And I'm like, I haven't seen him like since 4 weeks ago, a month ago at the job. And the dream, and I brushed the dream off. And it was just kind of weird to like see him in a place that it was outside the place that I first saw him at, and at a church on top of that. So I'm just like, okay, God, all right, I'm paying attention. Obviously, like there's a reason why we are crossing paths again. So I'm like, I'm paying attention now, Lord. So I remember telling my friend about bumping into him, but I had to share with her that I had the dream, because I never even shared that part because I brushed the dream off.
And this is new to me. You never told me that part. That's interesting. I'm curious to know Tisto.
So I brushed the dream off. So I never even told her because I'm like, I'm not.
Really you weren't looking for a relationship.
Yeah, I wasn't trying for a relationship. So,
but now guys got your attention.
So I ended up telling her quickly while we were there, like, hey, I just bumped this guy. It's kind of weird. I had a dream about him that was married. She's like, what? So yeah. So then later on that night, he gets up. And because I'm like thinking about this the whole time I'm there though, because it was just kind of weird to me that this was all happening like that. So later on that night, he gets up, and I think the sound went out or something.
Correct.
And so he was like, "Hey, we come against this. We come against." I was like, "Okay, he knows Jesus. He loves the Lord."
I would say I was one of the first Christian gospel rappers in the early 2000s. Yeah.
So he up there with this little group. Yeah,
my little group.
His little group. Yeah, like a little 8-year-old boy, and I think God was like 60.
Yeah. So we were a group. We were a rap group.
United 4. That was the name of the group.
And we running this rap thing.
Yeah. So like
for Jesus, we running this rap thing.
He had me touring with him around Delaware. To do music.
Little small state of Delaware.
He had no female singer.
She's my background. She's my artist.
Rewrite some of his music. He was like, "Hey, won't you do the voice?" I'm like, "What?"
Hey.
So he had me, and then he ended up replacing me.
I should give him a little piece though. He ended up
replacing me later.
Remember we did a song on Jagged Edge's Let's Get Married track. Yeah. We remixed it, y'all.
It was called Woman
of the Word. Yeah. I'm gonna give him a little piece. All right, you ready? Listen, you a queen, ma. Don't get me, ma. Nah, beautiful. I ain't trying to make a scene. Nah, got a dream, ma. Tell you what I mean. I ain't trying to hit a disrespect. You a queen, ma. Better yet, you fall fast forward to the spot.
Now he's cruising the side.
Drop top Benz with the 20-inch rims and the ice on your wrist, cause you living for him. Say no to sin, ma. Let him take you in, my man. Jesus Christ, he the best in the biz. Better than the mother dudes. True gentleman. Yeah, I'm just trying to
I don't know.
True gentleman.
You a child of God, girl, queen, the king, like 1 + 1 = you plus him.
That's good. That's good. We gave enough.
Plus them. I sung, but I'm not gonna sing my part right now.
You're not gonna sing it?
Mm-hmm. So anyway, this was after we had met. Like obviously we got together, but where did I leave off?
I was rapping at the place.
Oh yeah, so he was rapping at the place, and so when I saw, I was like, okay, wow, like he's like, I wasn't really into like Christian rap or anything, but I thought like it was good that he was at church and he was rapping for the Lord and that type of stuff. And so I was just like, okay, like I became very interested after that because I saw like most time like I saw him at the job. I didn't know if he was a Christian or not.
Right.
But then when I saw him at the church, I'm like, oh, he definitely has to be. He is Christian. He loves the Lord. So I became very interested. So that night or the next day, I go home. I'm thinking about it because now I definitely have my attention after the dream, and then seeing him there, I'm like, all right, let me just write him a little note, let him know I saw him at the joy night that night. Thought they did a really good job.
It was a nice note.
Yeah,
I liked your note.
Yo, I don't want to talk about the note because
Yeah, look.
Yeah, like he lost my note.
I think I might have found just
what. So I wrote him a nice note, just letting him know, hey, I'm always looking to get to know other Christians. Here's my name, here's my number if you want to chat sometime. So it wasn't like, it was just like a nice note.
She slid me the digits, y'all.
So let me tell you how I slid the digits. So after that, I go back to work. I'm like, because obviously I'm like, even though I didn't see him, I'm just assuming he still works there. And so still don't know his name though, because he used his artist name at the church. So he didn't say who he was. And so, which was weird, because I remember you just said you four or whatever, but he didn't say his name. So I still don't know his name, but I go
to the job.
Go to the job. You trying to rush me?
Yeah.
So I go to the job, and now I'm like looking on the intranet, trying to figure out who he is. I'm trying to figure out like their training names and stuff. So I even have my friend helping me. So we go into the training bin. I see two Robs.
Wait. No. It was how she got into the training bin, y'all.
No,
she went to her boss.
This is like when the room y'all were training, not the like.
You didn't go to your boss and ask
no, for help? No. This was it's my sad story. You get to tell yours later, part 2. So yes, I go into the room like they were training in. I saw like 2 Robs, so I just assumed his name might be a Rob. Just didn't know which one. So later, my manager was like, "Hey, like you guys just got out of training. If you feel like you still need some training, some assistance, like because we were going live now with our customer service calls." She was like, you can go downstairs to the training bin and continue training down there. She's like, yeah. You feel like, so I thought that was my opportunity because I knew he was still in training.
I'll take you up on that offer.
So I was like, hey, can I go down to the training bay and still train? She was like, sure. Like she didn't know that I had something up my sleeve. So I go down, but I knew my whole purpose because I had wrote the note. I didn't see him. I think I had the note on me for a couple of days. And so when she said that, and I think that was God setting that up too. Because I would have never asked her to go to the training bin. She came to us and said, hey, if y'all need, so it was like God making it.
God is setting some of y'all up. You got to be aware.
So
you
God got to pay attention. The door for me to be able to actually go downstairs.
Pay attention to the open doors, ladies. Yes. Open doors.
So I go down there and I'm in like the row. So I'm still trying to figure out his name. I see like a row and I see it like a Rob Dawson, but I'm like, okay, he could be Rob Dawson, but I'm not sure. So eventually Rob comes in and I see him talking, like he stops to talk to people, which he still do that. He talked to everybody. So he stopped to talk to people at first. And like, at this point, I'm completely nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm just, my stomach's in knots, all kinds of stuff.
I could tell you were nervous.
And so, so when he finally comes to where he's supposed to be at his cubicle, I'm at the end of the row. So he turns the corner and I literally just slide the note in his hand. I say nothing to him. He says nothing to me. He just kind of looks like, okay. And so I just literally slide in his hand. I see, so that as he walks by me, I'm like looking over just to see where he's going to sit so I can finally know his name. And so I see him sit down in the cubicle that said Rob Dawson. And I was like, okay, his name is Rob Dawson. Now I have a name to this person's face that I done dreamt about, that I bumped into at church. Okay, now I know who this is. But after that, I was like, okay, Lord, the ball's in your court. Ball's in his court. I did feel like I did my part. I did what I was supposed to do. Like that was me pursuing him or letting him know I was interested or that I was alive. Letting him know. And I was like,
you were alive.
But like, so who I am. And so after that, I didn't try to pursue him anymore. I did see him like once, like he literally walked right by me.
I didn't see her, y'all. I didn't see her.
It was a manager sitting behind me, and Rob.
I'm going to hold to that to the day.
So, and I think it was like a month went by before like I saw him again. And
I know this is a touchy thing. I lost the note, y'all. That's a real thing with her number on it. I lost it. But I saw you
in the cafeteria.
The cafe. And I was like, hey, I lost the note, but I'm trying to
It
get
was
to
a
know
guy
you.
who overheard who saying
I'm
lost the
trying to
note,
get
and
to know
then he
you.
was upset with Rob. He was like, "How could you lose her note?" Like
He really
was upset.
did.
He was
He
like,
liked
upset.
her. He liked her.
He
That's what it
upset
was.
with Rob.
He liked
He was
you.
like, "Man,"
I remember
he was
that
like,
dude.
"Really?"
I know. I remember that guy. I was
And
like,
he was
back
like,
up, bro. Back up. Back up.
And Rob was like, "Nah, for real." So he's like, "Give me your number."
I bust out my little
Yeah,
flip
he had a
phone.
little flip phone.
Y'all remember the little flip joints? I was like, get your number, girl.
So yeah,
Holla at you.
gave him my number. Me and him walked back upstairs together, and then I think we started talking through the internet of the job.
We did.
And that's when he found out I braided hair. So we were having like conversation, like
oh man, we gotta throw a picture of the hair braid up on the
he
screen.
found out I braid hair. He's like, "Oh, you braid hair?" He was like, "Yeah, I've been getting my hair done." He was like, "Maybe I come to you." And he been coming to me ever since with his hair. I mean, I ended up cutting it off for him when he was ready to get it cut. But I did his hair for like 2 years before you cut your hair.
Yeah, you did.
So
she had me looking good, y'all. I had them Allen Iverson braids.
So so after that, we became inseparable. But there's so much more to the story because things weren't like a fairy tale. It wasn't like a fairy tale story. Like
the beginning was a little fairy tale.
Yeah, the beginning is, but like after that, it wasn't like one of those like.
John got a little rocky.
Very rocky.
Got a little rocky.
Question God a couple times about that dream.
Yo, but you gotta hear more about the story in a future episode. I want to shift gears. So we hope you guys enjoyed this episode where we talked a little bit about our origin story and how we met. I thought it was a cool story. I mean, not many people have a dream that they're marrying their future husband. So look, make sure that you guys hit the subscribe button. Thank you for being a part of our team, our tribe. We love you guys with the love of the Lord, and we hope you got some laughs out of this because I laugh every time you tell me a story. I laugh about something. But this was good. I'm Rob.
I'm Ev.
And it's another episode of Let's Talk with Rob and Ev. Have a blessed week and be on the lookout for the next video that's going to drop real soon. Every week, y'all. Peace.